Okay, so it's kind of a funny story. Yesterday I went to an estate sale, and for those of you that aren't familiar with what the difference is between an estate sale and a yard sale or a garage sale, an estate sale is when they sell the things from dead people. That was not the most polite way to put it. Anyway, so I just went and picked up a deceased elderly couple's books, which are very old, and these folks were very, very well read and well traveled and incredibly cultured in all senses of the term. And they had some really interesting stuff and also some really funny stuff that I just couldn't bear to let sit there. So firstly, we have the Dollhouse Mystery by Flora Gill Jacobs, and it is essentially about, there's a cat, the cover's a cat, it's wraparound, it's really cool. Essentially, this book is about this old woman who dies, and she gives, or her niece inherits, rather, I guess that's gives, her old dollhouse, and the weird creepiness that surrounds that when sort of some of the creatures in it, or the dolls in it, begin to come alive, and there's a black cat, which I guess is why there's a cat on the cover, that comes to the neighborhood and things just get weirder and weirder. And I know absolutely nothing, I should say, about any of these books. These are all crazy. So that'll be interesting. Something that you should probably know about me is that I love books where toys or dolls or pictures on the walls come alive and start interacting with the people that own them, or interact with each other, all the toys in the room secretly. I love that when inanimate things that have personas kind of come out of their shells and come out to play, whether it's at night or in the day, or they interact with people. I don't know, I just love dolls that come alive. That makes me weird. Whatever. On top of that, we have Garrison Keillor's Lake Woebegone Days, and I adore Garrison Keillor, Pray Home Companion, if you ever listen to it on NPR. It's a wonderful radio program, and he is a phenomenal storyteller and vocalist, singer guy. He's just a great person. I actually met him at the National Book Festival in September, and it was one of the proudest moments of my life. His writing, he likes poetry and all sorts of warm, kind of eloquent, poetic phrases, and this book is about Lake Woebegone, Minnesota, a small little town of a population of 942, and the people there, and how just it's the story of them and their trials, and it's sort of an idyllic setting on the cover right there, and warmth and happiness and sadness and humor and all of the things that you sort of come to expect. Sorry, I like to put books around my face from this radio show, and from him, I guess, will be in here. And my mom owns a copy of this, and I saw this and I really wanted my own because I'm expecting it to be really, really good. High expectations on Lake Woebegone Days. Right there. That's all I know about this, is that it's supposed to be really good and cute and just very human oriented, I guess. So that's that. Great American Short Stories, published, I believe, in 1956. I picked this up really only because it has William Faulkner and Henry James and Melville and Steinbeck and Twain and a lot of the classics in it. It's also got Washington Irving, and I really wanted to read, I think it's The Legend of Sleep. No, it's Rip Van Winkle. It's right here. It's got Rip Van Winkle in it, and I actually wrote a really pretty long, extensive essay on Washington Irving back when I was in high school, and so he was really the main reason I picked this up. But I mean, there are lots of little short story classics in here that I really wanted to read, and so I figured, hey, why not add this to my collection? I'm having trouble believing, that this was 50 cents. When was the last time anyone paid 50 cents for a book? I should also mention that this estate sale was something that I went to, and I didn't have to pay for any of these. I got all of these for free because it was the last day, and the guy was like, here, just take things. I just want to get rid of the stuff, which I think it's kind of sad a little bit, but hey, free books. Or how did people pay 50 cents for books? I wish we still lived in that era. The Kinetic Yankee by Mark Twain is also another piece of, I guess, classic writing. I read Mark Twain in high school. Wasn't thrilled. I know, I'm sorry. I'm not a Mark Twain hater. I just wasn't thrilled. So, hey, I'm giving it another try, another shot with the Connecticut Yankee. The plot of this is that the Connecticut Yankee is the man who owns a factory, and one day he gets into an argument with one of his employees, and he gets hit over the head with a crowbar, and when he wakes up, he sees that he has been transported back into the time of King Arthur. Yeah. A little crazy. I'm sort of excited to see what's going to happen. This book is copyright 1889, but published in 1960. This is old. This is probably also... Oh no, this one was 35 cents. Can we just talk about that craziness? 35 cents. This is probably going to be really good. I'm very, very excited. How is this 35 cents? And to top it off, we just keep, dropping off here in terms of price. This used to be a 10-cent book. The Bride Comes to Yellow Sky by Stephen Crane. I just picked this up, to be honest, because it's funny. It just sounds funny to me. It looks like it's gonna be a Western. Does that just not have a Western feel to it right there on the front cover? The special student edition. I guess that this was just waiting for me as a student. I have to read you the back because it gives a better description than I could ever. It says, on a deserted back street, a newlywed sheriff and his innocent bride face the leveled guns of a desperate gunman sworn to kill him, or die trying. Unharmed and ambushed, the man's courage, the girl's love are their only weapons, and their time is running out fast. Classic Western plot? Maybe? It's gonna be short. It's little. 200 pages. Really small pages. Look at those. They're like, can you see how yellow those are? Maybe not. They're super yellow. So is the book. Bride Comes to Yellow Sky. Maybe it should just be yellow all around. Woo! Anyway, psyched for this, because it just makes me smile just looking at the cover. We're going to cut in from the old here with a newer piece of contemporary work, and this is Boomsday by Christopher Buckley. If you've ever read Thank You for Smoking, it's the same guy. Oh, it says that on the top. This book is about the generation gap between the baby boomers and I think my generation, maybe the one before it. It's sort of political and comedic and fun and has a really fun cover. Look at that. I just really like the cover and I like political novels. Gonna read it. And this I picked up because, well, I like words. Less, obviously. You like words. You vlog about books. Come on. And there were words on this cover that made me pick this up. This book is by Daniel Defoe. It is called Molly Flanders. And ordinarily this is not the kind of novel I would pick up. But it got me when I read the classic novel of a woman who made a career of harlotry and repentance. The word harlotry is just really fun to say, and so I had to pick it up. And apparently this is about a book about a woman who has no morals, and then her ambition drives her into crime and amorous misdeeds and things like that. So this is gonna be interesting. The word harlotry is in it. This one doesn't say on it outside how much it is, but this was published in 1951. I'm excited to see how the era of Pleasantville will reflect on the harlotry. How many times can we use that word? Of Molly Flanders and the writing in this. So that's all I have. Just, 7 nice little books. Some old, some new. All guaranteed to be curious, I'm sure. I, like Bex, am just about at the end of my university semester. I'm starting to run into exam time, so that's been cutting down my reading of Flavia de Luce. Number 2, The Weed That Strings the Hangman's Bag, which I'm loving, but I don't get to read it very often, and it makes me upset. It's been really fabulously sunny here, and so I would love to be just out reading, but no, I'm sitting around studying and creating charts and study guides and reading books. Did I already say reading textbooks? Because that's something that's happening. Hopefully the rest of you are having lovelier weeks than I am, and I shall see you all in the future. Bye!